Hi, and welcome back to What Are We Reading? I'm Matt,
I'm Jeremy.
and welcome. Come, take a look. Come closer. Peek inside. We've got so many good books for you this week. I really thought this was a great week. Very, very strong. Lots of fun stuff. Nothing that really totally knocked it out of the park for me, but here's a lot of quality stuff. Last week was kind of a filler week too, but I think this tops it.
Yeah, this is again one of those interesting weeks when you've got 5 Wednesdays in a month, things get spread out weird. We had a couple of like the flagship books, but it was mostly the weird smaller titles.
Yeah.
And honestly, those are some of the stuff that I tend to like the most.
I want to talk about that with you too, just the resurgence of weird, and we both, a couple of old heads have seen it before, and I think we both like it. So
Yes.
we'll talk about that a little bit.
I'm also here. I'm back from being sick for
Yes,
for like a
Adriana
week.
is with us, the queen of hot dogs.
Oh goodness.
She does not have any hot dogs today, but we are living right above a tavern right now, and wouldn't that be neat if I called in a delivery?
I can't eat it.
You can't. Oh, we forgot. Adriana does boxing in her side time, and she took one right to the chin and knocked one of her teeth out. So she can't eat any solid foods for a couple more days, and she's
defending my queen of hot dogs.
When will the violence end?
Never
with her.
Never.
That's for sure. But we're counting the days until she can get another dog, because she wants to put that dog in her. I promise. She's here, and she'll be queuing in on a lot. We have a couple of good. I gotta get some insight on those Superman books.
Absolutely.
And there were a bunch of them.
Yes, there were a lot of Superman books. There was a lot of DC quality today.
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and start going over some of the cool stuff from this week. Matt, what are you reading?
I've got a couple here. This Adventure Time series continues to really, really please me. If you're a Adventure Time fan, this fills in blanks and just adds more adventures for us. We already know the whole thing start to finish, and before that and after that. We know essentially everything that's ever happened. I like to see more of it, though.
Yeah, and this is a story between the stories.
Uh-huh.
Part 3 of the current arc that's been going on, the Test of Heroes. I don't know how accessible this would be to someone who isn't an Adventure Time
That's
fan,
a really good point.
But
not very.
At the same point, I think of how many weird comics I was completely unprepared for that I read, I had no context for, and just, I had never read Swamp Thing before I picked up my first issue as a kid. I had no idea who he was, but I knew that there was a movie coming out with Adrienne Barbeau, so I wanted to read the comic book.
If somebody just picked this up off the street accidentally, I don't think they would really know what's going on at all, but they would love it.
Yeah, the chaos is infectious. Every page is just overflowing with stuff happening. And
it's really well done and emulates the show very, very well.
Yeah, you can hear the voices for sure.
I only have one beef with it. And the main story for these last couple of issues has been with Magic Man. And I do not hate any fictional characters more than I hate Magic Man. I cannot stand him as a character. He is so well done. I just can't stand him. He's horrible. He is a horrible individual, and this continues his reign of disgust.
Well, speaking of villains that you love to hate,
wahoo!
The newest issue of Terry Moore's Rachel Rising universe came out. The 0 issue of Fear of Death. So Rachel Rising,
that's beautiful.
Yeah, his black and white artwork, ever since the Strangers in Paradise days, is just so grounded in realism.
Gosh.
These are real people that you can not only imagine interacting with, but you probably have. So in this universe of books, the biblical Lilith has a sister named Rachel, who, through a complicated series of events, was the star of the previous series, Rachel Rising. And Rachel would live a whole lifetime as a witch, and then die horribly by the hand of man, being burned alive usually, or whatever. But she has been trapped in this cycle of endless life, death, and rebirth since the Garden of Eden. And Lilith is usually there as an observer, watching what her sister is going through. This issue doesn't answer a lot of questions, but it presents a bunch of questions. Lilith as a villain is somebody who's compelling and fascinating, but she's a monster. She's the mother of monsters, and Rachel's relationship to her is incredibly complicated, but interesting to read about.
Oh, this one caught me off guard. I didn't see it this week, and I'm gonna go get it as soon as we're done here. Uh, Terry, Mr. Moore, we love you, and we love your stuff so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here again, and we just absolutely love it. This is
Yeah,
a great.
I've been a reader since the '90s, back in the Strangers in Paradise days,
same,
and it
100%.
is awesome to have another book from honestly Houston's biggest local
Yep,
creator,
yep.
hands down, on the shelves. I am happy that this is on our shelves, that we can sell it.
Thanks. Okay, thank you, Jeremy, for doing that one. That's so wonderful. Here's not nearly as complicated of a horror story, but The Catacomb of Torment, the new issue of the EC anthology is out.
I love these books so much.
So do I. I was over the moon when I saw they were doing these again. Which issue are we on now? Is this
So this is number
13?
Lucky
Okay.
13
Yep.
of Catacomb of
I
Torment.
was so happy a year and a half ago when I saw these were coming out, and they
Yeah.
have never let me down, not even once.
So Oni Press has licensed EC Comics, the folks who made Tales from the Crypt, Weird Science, Weird Fantasy, all those different books back in the day.
There's so much that we owe them.
Yeah.
It made so many things that we know and love today.
Until the government literally came and shut them down, leaving them just publishing Mad Magazine. The EC Comics of the 50s were not like anything else.
Right.
And so the gimmick on these is, what if those books never went away? What if they kept publishing for the last 70 years? What would they be like? And they tend to do like done in one self-contained stories, so you don't need to read 17 issues to get an entire story.
It's just like the old anthology days. It had a couple of stories each time.
Blah.
Yeah, it is very. Here's the difference. Horror comics never really went away, but they never captured that quality of the old EC stuff where it's just gut-wrenchingly scary. And yeah, it's over the top and it's too much and it's crazy and it's really unbelievable, but it's done so well. These do that again. The stories are terrific. The stories make you think. The stories have political topics, sociological topics. They deal with real life violence, not just blood and guts and gore and silliness. They're so good. It's really, really good. Again, love them, love them, love them. I will read these forever and ever.
They brought these back with Creepshow and Hello Darkness.
Yeah. Creepshow is another one that does it really, really well. And Hello Darkness, same thing. Both, all of them real good.
Yeah, and those are anthology books that are going to have in a single issue a bunch of short stories, just like the EC books.
Mhm.
But then there's other fantastic horror titles. One of my favorites is probably Ice Cream Man,
Ah.
where every issue is a self-contained story, but it's not multiple stories in a single issue.
Right.
But yeah, Ice Cream Man is another one that's just fantastic. Keeping in the realm of the gruesome, this week's Absolute Green Arrow continued to be amazing.
Yes. Every week, as this is our standard, hey, guess what? The Absolute book is out and it's the best book that we've ever read.
So I was talking to a customer early today about their version of Black Canary that we get in this book, and what is so compelling about this version of Dinah. And I think a lot of it my favorite version of Batman is the Batman that is the world's greatest detective. Not a ninja, not a superhero, not a guy in a mech suit, but a detective.
Human being without superpowers.
And as great as Absolute Batman is, he's not a detective in that book.
Right. Kind of a dum-dum.
Dinah is filling that role.
Yeah.
Dinah is the detective that normally Bruce would be. And she's having to solve the apparent death of her ex, Oliver Queen. But it's one of those things where how badly does she really want to solve the crime? Because every bit of evidence she's uncovering is leading her towards worse and worse information.
Yeah. She's turning over rocks that she doesn't want to turn over.
And speaking about rocks, this issue gives us Roy Harper, who lives under one.
Hello, Roy. Good to see you.
That's my boy, Roy.
I'm a lifelong Arrow fan, and I love Roy as a character. Regular DC Universe Roy is a mess.
Yeah.
He's,
So
obviously, shooting smack on the cover of Snowbirds Don't Fly, the famous Green Arrow, Green Lantern cover.
Why don't we sell a T-shirt or poster of that? We need to get that.
There's the daughter that he had with Cheshire, the internationally wanted assassin. There's the time that he spent in his rock band, Great Frog. Um, the less said about his relationship with Donna Troy, the better.
Oh my God!
But
no, don't even bring it up.
the version of Roy that we get here is interesting because he's more of like a little brother contemporary to Ollie than like his surrogate child that he raised as a ward. And so the relationship that Roy had with Ollie and conversely with Dinah is very different. And those differences are really explored in this issue in some fun ways.
The guy, obviously, all the Absolute creators know their stuff when it comes to the heroes and villains that they're working with, and this is absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
The same thing. These guys knows what they're doing, and they're creating a universe that I really, really love every page of.
Yeah,
And there's
I
some
don't think-
gross out body horror those last couple of pages.
Oh, someone's back.
God.
We can't give it away. We can't give it away. But as usual, they brought somebody back, and we can't.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing.
No spoilers.
Yep.
But you're going to read this issue and be like, "What the hell?"
We can't tell you Monday. We can't tell you Tuesday. We can. You know what I mean.
So what's next on your stack, Matt?
Speaking of creepy monsters, we finally, as you pointed out, got to some monsters in the Monster Racing League. Unfortunately, it's past the staples, so we can't show you. But I promise, and it's not much of a spoiler considering it's called Monster Racing League.
But I promise you, there are actual monsters by the time we get to issue 2 of Monster Racing League. Jay Lee's artwork continues to just be sublime.
And the breakdowns. Look at the paneling. It's so wonderful to look at.
The action that he depicts in the car races is fantastic, but the regular layouts of just here's the lead character Dev having her mind literally blown by some information, and it's just that's a level of whimsy that you don't normally expect from a Jay Lee. Normally grim dark art, but I love it. It's so great.
Pink. It's got pink in it. Granted, it's brains in that scene.
Yeah,
but it's pink.
Yeah, so this book also continues to rule.
Yeah. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Oh, I've got to throw one in real quick. This month's issue of Fantastic Four, Fantastic number 14, it's got the mustache, so I didn't read it. I told you I wasn't going to, and I'm not going to. Johnny, cut the stash. I'm not your fan anymore.
This issue blew my mind the way that panel in Monster Racing League, Blue Devs. So
yeah, this is really something.
There is a plot twist in here that Ryan North sets up and pulls off in a single issue that would make Grant Morrison give him a high five for just sheer weirdness. But the Fantastic Four is the weird corner of the Marvel Universe. This is the book where that's supposed to happen.
I'm so happy that they've got it right. I'm so happy that they're doing it all right. It's really, really a great book. Pick it up now. We're closing in on a big Fantastic Four milestone. I can't remember what it is.
We're on issue 740 of the original numbering.
I'm gonna have to skip ahead.
Oh well,
it's the 65th anniversary spectacular coming up. I don't think it's issues, but it's a year 65th. So this is there. Oh, it's going so good.
So this week's issue, Benjamin Jacob Grimm and his lovely wife Alicia Masters, the sculptor, have adopted a couple of children, a Skrull child and a Kree child, and they've been raising them as their own. They're the only people on Earth not affected when, for reasons that eventually are explained, the mathematical value of the number pi, 3.14 whatever.
You can see some of this in the cover.
Yeah. The value for that number is changed, and it breaks reality in such a way that humanity just can't function anymore. And so it's up to Alicia and Ben's kids to come up with some ridiculous comic book super science way to reset the value of the number
Yeah,
pi.
it's such. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's just it's the sort of weirdness you can only get in a Fantastic Four comic.
Yeah. It's silly. It's fun. It doesn't make any sense, but I really want to believe it. It feels like Ice Nine or something. It's such a cool concept to think of, and it's a big stretch to get there, but it's pulled off so well. I don't care. I love it.
Yeah.
I like to go along with it. It's really really well done. They're doing such a good job on this book.
We got issue 2 of Avengers Armageddon
I did
from
not
Chip
pick this one up
Zdarsky.
either, so I need to hear what you say about this.
This issue is largely the setup. It's the calm before the storm. There's a little bit of fighting, but what this boils down to is the Red Hulk has never played by the rules. Thunderbolt Ross has been a loose cannon going back to like the earliest Hulk days,
Uh-huh.
and so he recently took advantage of Doctor Doom not being in Latveria to be like, "Hey, America's conquering Latveria," and when the Avengers step into things, things escalate quickly.
Uh-huh.
This is a lot of the Soviet super soldiers being called into action. Characters like Red Guardian and the Winter Soldier, who are along with the Avengers trying to stop Thunderbolt Ross before he escalates a global conflict beyond what we can deal with.
I do love that because it feels like it's hard to pull off a big book nowadays. And
Yeah.
those little things like that help it feel big. It helps it feel worldwide. It's almost impossible, especially in Marvel anymore for some reason, to get something that feels bigger than just a particular issue.
Yeah, they've
I'm sorry,
escalated so
just to butt
much.
in real quick. Asher said, yes, the classic pie trope. It is, honey. It's back. I bought a copy for you, and we'll read it together later, okay? I know you love math, so we're going to go over this one really well.
Oh dear.
But yes, this book feels incredible, and so I have not read this one. The first one had a real good vibe. I thought it was going to be great. Zdarsky, I don't know, I'm worried, but I'm really worried for Marvel right now. I want them to get a hit. They need a win. They need a big win.
I was gonna say, like, I was kind of excited that Zdarsky's name was on it, but then I was like, it's Marvel. I'm still not picking it. Like, I feel bad saying that because like Chip Zdarsky is one of my favorite writers in the current age, but I don't read Marvel. I'm sorry.
I can't give up hope. Even when they pull, this is a real boner. Marvel, I don't know if you've heard on the news today, moved from New York, their headquarters moved from New York to LA. Yuck, man. Yuck. So they could be closer to their mighty overlord Mickey.
Well, at this point, they are the R&D wing for movie and TV production. As much as I
That's
wish,
a deep cut. That hurts, and it's the absolute truth.
I wish it wasn't the case, but the comic publishing side of the business is such a tiny piece of the pie that to them it's like, well, how many of you guys could there possibly be? 7, 8?
Yeah.
Y'all can all carpool. You don't need a whole building. I don't agree with it, but I understand why soulless bean counters and money managers would make this decision.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. I got to read that. I'm anxious
Yeah.
to read that after this.
It was fun.
Jeremy, I knew that you were looking forward to this because I know that you love Rob Liefeld, especially when he's working on his own creations like this one.
Well,
the reviews are in. One sigh.
One heavy sigh.
So Rob is only writing, not drawing it. So Badrock has feet. That is the first thing that you notice.
Yes, the feet.
Does Bedrock not have feet?
Rob Liefeld typically doesn't know how to draw feet, so he usually puts like a bunch of smoke or piles of rubble at the bottom of the page to obscure them. Mostly, he knows how to draw guns shaped like ironing boards and smiles that have 278 teeth.
Oh Jesus!
And pouches,
Goodness.
lots and lots of pouches.
Lots of pouches. Mr. Liefeld, we're going to meet you after school back at the dumpster to teach you a thing or two.
So Rob Liefeld Rob Liefeld was incredibly popular in the 90s, but he also kind of single handedly drove me out of comics for years because my favorite book back in the day was a book called The New Mutants.
Oh yeah.
He came on it. Admittedly, I was the only person buying New Mutants before Rob Liefeld. And when he came on, the numbers went through the roof and it turned into X Force, sold 1 million copies, yada, yada. But I
Deadpool, the
hated
whole nine
it.
yards.
Deadpool came from that. Not a Deadpool fan. I know that that puts me in the minority.
I'm with you though. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Don't care for it.
But this book is fleshing out the character Badrock, who he used to call Bedrock until he got sued by the Flintstones folks.
Wow.
His catchphrase was "Yabba Dabba Doom."
Wow. I can see why this case went together so easily.
So the gimmick on Badrock was he was like a 13-year-old kid who got superpowers and turned into like a ripoff of the Thing, like a big rock guy.
Yeah.
And so he was on a team with a bunch of middle-aged assassins and government operative works guys, and then a kid. And so this book is all about somebody has stolen his mom, and he has to rescue his mom.
Wow.
I'm going to be honest here. This book isn't for me, but it's going to be for a lot of 90s kids who grew up just a little bit after me, who were huge Youngblood fans. Every comic out there is somebody's favorite. This book is not my favorite. I've read a lot of worse stuff written by Rob, and way worse stuff drawn by Rob. But this is it's meant to be a lighthearted, action-packed throwback title where you don't need to have any real information going into it. It's um, the violence is, I'd say, less than Invincible, but more than your like standard kid-friendly superhero book.
Is it at Powerpuff Girl level violence?
Um, there's blood.
Comically, yeah, there's blood. It's like that, but there's blood. It has blood
Yeah.
in it.
It's a light, silly read that if you're a young reader without any baggage, you might appreciate it. And if you were a 90s kid who has fond memories of this era, you might appreciate it. But ultimately, it's not a book for me because I'm 1,000 years old.
Yabba dabba doom, indeed.
But a book that was for me because I'm 1,000 years old is Matt Wagner's Return to Grendel.
Yahoo! Same. I got it also. I got a different cover.
Well, they're both awesome. So Grendel has survived many different publishers, a couple collapses of the comic book industry. He started Comico was a black and white like indie publisher. They also had the American reprint rights to comics based on Robotech. So I read a bunch of those when I was little, but they did not survive till the mid 80s. Grendel has bounced around Image, Dark Horse. The current volume is picking up in a post-apocalyptic future setting. There is continuity for Grendel. I don't know that it's that important.
Yeah, I agree. It's yeah, you're not gonna really freak out if there's lore mistakes there because the lore is very fluid to begin with.
The original Grendel was a dude named Hunter Rose, and he was like an author by day, I think,
Yeah.
but like an assassin by night. And when he eventually died, his friend and biographer, this lady named Christina, like took over the gimmick as like the next Grendel, and she started more Grendel than he ever did. And this latest story is set like hundreds of years in the future. She's died a few times and been resurrected into a cloned body. It picks up in the middle of craziness, and they don't explain it, but you don't need to know what happened.
Right.
They just drop you in and expect you to tread water. But I enjoy that. I enjoy that they're not holding your hand as you're reading the book.
It was very much more the same, and I love it.
Yeah. I'm trying to smuggle something past the guards. It doesn't work, so I have to fight the guards. It is any video game, any game of Dungeons and Dragons, any anime you've seen, you're familiar with this type of story. But I thought it was fun, and for a throwback to a character who's been around for decades, I enjoyed that.
As a little side note, there's so many things. We're same age guys, and we've seen a lot of comic books from time to time, and there are so many things that are on their way uh, back to
Yeah.
us. I love it because it I feel I'm starting to feel a little guilty because are there better ideas out there somewhere? Yeah, probably. But and a lot of people are going back with just what worked before, and I like to see stuff that I liked before. Um, I hope it doesn't backfire on us, but it's fun to see things like this pop up again. I
Yeah.
really enjoy these books when they come back.
But it's important to me that they're doing something a little bit different.
Yeah,
It is another Grindel series, but it's a Grindel series that's jumped however many centuries like ahead in the future,
mhm,
and everyone's running around with like swords and Conan armor and stuff, and it's going to be interesting finding out how we got to this point.
yeah.
Because it's been probably 8-10 years since there's been a Grindel
At
miniseries.
least I was so surprised when I saw this was on its way. I'm really happy.
Yeah, so the trick is to find a way to do something different without just rehashing stuff that we've seen a
Yeah.
billion times before. And so, like this book here, Watson v. Holmes, this was a perfect example of how to take stuff we know Sherlock Holmes and his man Watson, but what if Sherlock Holmes was a vampire who had stolen Watson's wife, turned her into a vampire, and now Watson has to like, bring him to justice?
Oh, please don't tell me this is just one issue.
No, it is a. When I saw this panel here of a shirtless,
Oh
you know,
my!
Oh my
vampire
God.
fanged Sherlock Holmes.
Ash, look away.
Yeah,
Look away, Ash.
I knew this book was going to uh, be turning into and embracing the camp. I mean, if you're doing Watson versus Holmes as a vampire story, and you're not doing it silly,
Right. You're doing something wrong.
yeah. There's a moment right at the staple that I'm not going to go any further past where Vampire Holmes uses his deduction abilities against some of the other present vampires, and it is rad. It's worth the price of the cover just for these couple pages. So interesting book that's doing something I hadn't seen.
Maybe I'll get a copy of that for you. I'll bring that home.
Speaking of copies to
I
go.
want to copy these. I want to cut this. Did you read this one this week?
So I read issues 1 and 2. I haven't read 3 yet.
Okay, this is the latest issue, number 3 of If Destruction Be Our Lot. This is the robot drama that you're hearing a lot about, and it's a wonderful story that is really kind of a heartbreaker, dealing with a robotic animatronic Abraham Lincoln. Mankind has fallen. The robots are ruling the earth now.
And they don't miss humans.
No,
that's
not
something
a
that
bit.
we should make a point
Yes,
of saying.
that's the main thing.
Most of the robots are totally cool with the fleshy human overlords finally being exterminated.
So much so, in fact, that they hate this guy just because he looks like a human.
Yeah,
So he has a rough go of it. He doesn't. He knows that he looks like a human, but he knows that he's a robot too. And this is about him trying to find his place. It's really, really well done. This feels like a lived-in, well fleshed out, get it, universe that they're doing a great job with. They it's the 3rd issue, and I feel like I've been here a lot longer than 3 issues.
yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful book as well. Check this one out. It's only on the 3rd issue right now. This is going places too. I am quite sure that this could easily be, what is that? Love and Robots, something.
Oh, that.
Yeah,
I
on
think
on
it's
Netflix.
Love, Death, and
Netflix.
They could do a
Robots.
whole movie
Yeah.
about this. It's
Yeah.
just perfect. It's absolutely perfect.
Ash does say, "I've never met a version of Sherlock Holmes I don't like, and this one delivers."
Maybe I
Yeah.
won't bring this home.
So speaking of books that deliver, I love the fact that all right. So we're gonna have one of my trademarked tangents. um, as a comic book nerd and a role playing nerd, I've spent years, decades even playing the Champions RPG.
Okay.
And it's a skill based role playing game, skill point based, where you get points to build your character if you take disadvantages, but you can also spend those points to like, get perks. So being a billionaire playboy would cost you points, but having a dependent Aunt May who's always having medical dramas and you have to go and save her gives you points to build with.
Oh, sure.
So you can have a disadvantage called distinctive appearance, where there's something about you that stands out, and you can't even Ninja Turtle it. You can't like put on a trench coat and a fedora and hide because people can tell who you are. And what I'm getting at is Nightwing's butt.
Uh-huh.
It is established and canonical ever since Gail Simone's era on the book that Dick Grayson's buns of steel are so recognizable that if he's like out of costume, people can be like, "Hey," and notice. And I love that you can take something so silly and delightful and quirky about a character, and that's true, and have a book as dark and unsettling as this issue, and it's equally true. This issue is largely dealing with Nightwing facing a supernatural threat
Oh.
that he can't just punch in the face. There is a Matt, are you familiar with the historical figure Robert Moses?
No.
He was one of history's greatest bastards. And he was the city planner who laid out New York City in such a way that it completely disenfranchised the lower classes, like cutting off entire swaths of the city, making it so this road goes to this beach, but the common folk can't get to it. It's now private just for the rich people.
I don't know much about American history, but that tracks with what I do know.
Yeah, so he is a horrible figure from the late 19th, early 20th century.
Does he have a counterpart here in Gotham?
Well, that's why I bring this up, because the city of Bloodhaven has
I'm
a
sorry,
haunted.
Bloodhaven. Ooh, my mistake. Oh my
Well,
God! Please don't come down on me.
Well, that's like the difference between Houston and the Woodlands.
Right.
It's same difference. It's New York, New Jersey. But there's a haunted freeway, effectively, that was built and laid out by city managers in such a way to have both supernatural.
Huh?
Yes.
Oh
It's
my!
before the staple, but yeah, the Psycho Pirate's involvement sets this up.
Okay.
So the Psycho Pirate has laid out the freeway system of Bloodhaven in such a way that it has caused and fed a lot of the problems that make Bloodhaven Bloodhaven.
That's actually really cool.
And Dick Grayson, in his role as Nightwing, has recently stumbled across this when yada 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 gives a lift to a ghost of a witch, and Nightwing is wanted for vehicular homicide. Corrupt business and city officials are trying to force him to turn himself in. There's a concerted effort to turn the populace against him. What's happening right now in Nightwing is really interesting. They're doing some really fun stuff, and it's a cool expansion to that corner of the Bat universe.
Yeah. Is that the Monitor?
Now,
It's just
I
a
am
similar
gonna,
facial hair.
Okay.
I am
Okay.
going to show an image on screen as another reason why this book was very important. I don't think, Matt, I think your copy's downstairs. My copy's at home because I bought it literally the day of. The reason why this, and I'm gonna share it on
I know what you're
the
about to show.
program, and it's gonna blink. Oh, hold on. There it is. It's tiny, and then I'm gonna show it on y'all's end. What I'm showing everybody.
And this month, most of the DC titles have variants like this.
Yep.
It is the swimsuit variant by Dan Mora. This was heavily talked about online, and people were calling our shop.
This
Just
week's
trying to get
Lobo
this.
swimsuit issue had a great cover too.
Yes, and we'll get to
by
that
the
too.
ever legendary Mirka Andolfo. I love her.
Yes.
Now, this issue, this swimsuit cover, usually on any given day, I get several calls that go like this: ring, 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 ring. Hello. Yeah. Do you got any of that One Piece? Or yeah, do you got any of that Pokemons?
Yeah.
This week was very different. Hello, hello. Please tell me that you've got copies of that swimsuit the Nightwing? Yes, yes, yes. We have 3. Hurry. Those are the 3 that I had that I was able to get in those hands that they needed it, and we helped out some customers in desperate need of this. So you're welcome,
So
everyone.
we're gonna put this away. I'm gonna turn the image off on the camera. We can't have that out for too long.
No, no,
Oh.
no. Yeah.
On y'all's end, y'all still see it.
Okay.
Oh,
Fair
yeah.
enough.
That's gonna be your kind of yeah. He's right there. So next to y'all's chat is Nightwing. So
I didn't bring the Lobo. Darn it.
I
did-
have the Lobo downstairs. so-
Okay. Speaking of awesome covers that have, we'll just do a real quick Lobo.
Mm-hmm.
This book is wonderful. Not at all serious. Not at all. Really, it's totally relatable if you're a spaceman who,
Oh, hold on, let me turn
formerly
this
immortal
into the
spaceman who
overhead.
loves to fight.
Whoopsie.
And who isn't?
Exactly. I love this book. This is so fun. This is done really, really well. Lobo is just exactly how you want him to be. The artwork is magnifique. The writing is really funny. It's terrific, hilarious.
It's great to have a Lobo that doesn't take itself super seriously.
Uh-huh.
Lobo is supposed to be a commentary on and parody of those super macho violent books.
Exactly.
And the best Lobo, like the Lobo Paramilitary Christmas Special, is a book that takes advantage of that silliness.
It's so well done. I'm just over the moon about this book. Really, really a blast. And check this book out. It's one of the all-in new or next level books.
Yeah, fresh jumping on point when it
Uh-huh.
launched with a new #1. We should still have every issue on the
I'm
rack.
pretty sure we do. It's really, really fun.
Believe it or not, this is not the first Lobo book because I read the last Lobo book front to back. This one I read front to back because it was just so
You sure did. And
funny.
you were laughing the entire
It
time.
was so funny, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like Lobo now.
Well, that's awesome.
An interesting thing that I would be, we work at a gaming store, so I would be remiss if I didn't point this out. The ads are showing up for the new Justice League Unlimited role-playing game, which is co-authored by Mark Waid. I'm looking forward to this.
Hell yeah.
This is going to be amazing. I think we should put together a little league of our own here at the store and play this on the regular. Wouldn't that
I call
be fun?
Firestorm.
Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough.
Bad.
There he is right there. Yeah, Adriana, you'll fight to the death for some of these characters, I believe.
Oh man, someone has to be Airwave.
So we don't have to have Airwave, but Kyle, he could do Airwave.
Well,
No, he's going to be Aquaman.
It's just I was about to say it's Justice League Unlimited. He's gonna be Aquaman.
Yeah.
There's also Star Sapphire back there. I like her. She's
Yep.
cute. Yeah.
I'm thrilled about this. This is going to be so fun. I'm really, really, really looking forward to this. It's been ages since I've been excited for one like that.
And speaking of Blue Beetle
Aha!
here,
He's got some
yesterday they
news.
announced that he has been confirmed to be in the next Superman movie.
Yeah.
So the kid from Karate, the Cobra Kai TV show, I cannot. His first name is like Zolo, but I don't remember what his last name is. But the kid who starred in the Blue
Yeah.
Beetle movie,
Mhm.
he'll be back.
That's great. That was a really wonderful movie.
Hold on, fact checking. We'll get it. Google is our
If
friend.
only we had access to all the
Yes.
unlimited information in the world.
Whoops, hold on. I can't see that. So wow.
All for you, sweetheart.
Blue Beetle movie. Kid's name was Zolo Maridueña.
There
Easy
we
for
go.
you to say.
Yeah.
That one.
That's so cool that he's back.
him right
This,
here.
I can't wait.
Yeah,
Can't
there
wait,
was no
cannot
reason
wait.
why that movie couldn't be part of the new universe.
Right, exactly. And I'm glad that they've made it official.
So this week's issue of Wonder Woman
Same.
Is something that you could put in the hands of literally any reader. This is, well, they call it the Wonder War interlude, and it's taking place in we've got this big crossover that's been going on the last several issues, but this issue is a much more quiet story where, as Diana, has been felled, and they're traveling the river Styx, her daughter Trinity and Steve Trevor wind up chatting, and Steve tells the story of Diana's origin, of Trinity's mother's origin as Wonder Woman. But there's some really interesting tweaks to how the story is being told here.
Mhm.
The emotional notes that are being played, uh, the motivation from Diana of wanting to leave Themyscira is portrayed in a slightly different way than I've seen before, and I really liked it.
Yeah, I love this book. I love this whole run. It's a really great time to become a Wonder Woman fan for a couple of different reasons. This book is being better written and illustrated, for that matter, better than it has in years. I'm totally in love with it. I love all the characters doing some really interesting stuff that makes you think a lot. It's really, really good.
Which is shocking because I
Yeah,
think Tom King's still in the story, is he not?
He's just not
yeah,
on this
none of
book.
this
Oh,
issue.
he's
I
not on
think,
this
but
issue.
I don't think his run is over.
One of my favorite things that they did, and this is also carried over into the pages of the current JSA series. So here we have Queen Hippolyta reminiscing about her days with the Justice Society of America in the 1940s. DC continuity is a nightmare trying to sort out what happened, what stories still happened. Does something count or has it been retconned out of existence? And Wonder Woman was originally in the 40s a founding member of the JSA. Now they made her just be the team secretary.
Yeah.
She wasn't allowed to go out on missions with
Wow.
them,
Wow. Yeah.
but she was still there in All Star Comics. Then when they launched the Silver Age Justice League, Diana was a founding member. But ever since the Crisis on Infinite Earths, every time there's been a reboot, it's changed Wonder Woman backstory and continuity. At Crisis on Infinite Earths, Diana was no longer a founding member of the Justice League. She's a brand new 19-year-old who just came into man's world today. So all of her founding uh, duties with the Justice League got assigned to the character of Black Canary. So now Black Canary is retroactively a founding Justice League member, and Wonder Woman is new. The Golden Age Wonder Woman no longer ever existed post Crisis, so they had to retcon a whole other character, a character named Fury from the book called Infinity Inc. Uh, she wound up taking the place of the Golden Age Wonder Woman's exploits, and her daughter, also a superhero named Fury, through a complicated series of events, became the mother of Daniel, who replaced Morpheus as Dream and Sandman.
Wow.
But John Byrne,
Wow. 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 Wow.
uh, when they did the Zero Hour event, when Parallax tried to reboot DC history again, John Byrne did a story where Queen Hippolyta traveled back to the 1940s and was a member of the Justice Society. So they were able to just really elegantly plug back in all of the Golden Age stories that no longer happened, that had been retconned out of existence, by just saying, well, it wasn't Diana, but it was still Wonder Woman. It was just her mom doing it, and the costume was her that she wears as Wonder Woman was the costume that Hippolyta had first worn as the Wonder Woman in the 40s. This
Man,
issue
that's well done. That's awesome.
this issue takes all of that unrelated crap from decades and streamlines it. There's a sequence in here that has been told dozens of times in DC history, but the retcon for what happened to the JSA was first told in a one shot called The Last Days of the Justice Society, where the House of Un American Activities calls the Justice Society in front of McCarthy and demands that they unmask and reveal their identities to Congress. And the JSA say, sorry, no. And they leave and go underground. And that's the last we see of the JSA. That scene is retold and recontextualized so we see how it affects Hippolyta and gives justification for why Hippolyta doesn't want Diana going to man's world because of the events that Hippolyta went through back in the 40s. It's such
That
elegant
is,
storytelling. It works so great.
it's like the whole story was there the whole time, and we just are finding out about it, and it never was. It's
Yeah.
just so elegant, like you said, to put those pieces together in that order. It's wonderful.
But you can read this issue as a complete standalone because it is an interlude. There's a war going on before this issue, and there will be one continuing after this issue.
Uh-huh.
But this is just the story that a dad is telling his kid of how I met your mom, and it's great.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Just a couple of quick ones. Some DC uh, quick ones. This is the latest Dark Knights of Steel.
It's called Dark Knights of Steel 2,
Right.
even though it's the 4th Dark Knights of Steel miniseries.
It is. It's a little. I hope it's past. I don't think it's past the staple because there's something I wanted to show you.
If you've never read this book, it's basically DC superheroes Game of Thrones.
Yep.
It's like the House of El versus the Amazons versus the Atlanteans.
This actually helps the story so far and a chart of characters.
Yes, and who's related to who and how.
Actually, very helpful. Now, these stories, these what else, Elseworlds kind of things, are usually pretty fun and usually pretty silly. And this really is a lot of fun and very silly.
I picked up the trade paperback for the very first Dark Knights of Steel.
Awesome.
I love them.
The stuff that they do with John Constantine in that, where he's like the court vizier, is fantastic.
Yeah. So it's just wonderful. I got another little quick one here. The latest issue, World's Finest. I picked this up.
Didn't read it.
It's got Travis Morgan, Warlord.
Exactly why I picked it up.
Return to Skateris.
And so this is really fun and silly. And World's Finest is one of the best comic books out there right now. It's just
it's so silly.
It's written by Mark Waid, who wrote the RPG for DC superheroes.
There you go. See this? I bet you can play him in it. I bet you can.
I might play Warlord instead of Firestorm.
That's interesting.
Because my love for him goes back about as long.
This is really, really, really just the pinnacle of superhero comics. They're just done incredibly in this book right now. And one last one that I've got before I want to talk about something later. Superman Unlimited. Yep, here it is. The fight you've been waiting for, and then you instantly forgot about.
No, okay, so we find out in the last issue, and it's been a month since then. We find out in the last issue that the young John L, that Tomorrow Man, which by the way, it's also John L. Spoilers for issue like 30 something.
Yeah.
So we find out that in actuality, this isn't exactly the young John L that John is saving, but it's Tomorrow Man is saving. But it's actually Ultra Boy. It is the son of Ultraman and I think
Superwoman.
Superwoman, yes.
Yeah.
This is so cool. I loved that part. That actually made my jaw drop when I read it last time.
So last issue we got that revelation, and then in this one, there's like a crisis going on that super kryptonite is like, scattering across Smallville, across the Superman headquarters. And right now, like, nobody's understanding why
the crinkling.
Little John is being so empowered so much, and turns out it's because he was from an alternate universe, and the alternate universe where Ultraman is. And Damian Wayne actually is the one who finds out about it, and then Damian goes and is like, "That's not my best friend. I know my best friend."
Yeah,
and
it was
so
really cool.
He goes and fights him with, being Damian Wayne.
And that's a character that they're dusting off we haven't seen for quite a while. Pre-Flashpoint, there was a great Superman story where that little boy escaped the Phantom Zone, and for a while Clark and Lois had like adopted him and were raising him as their own, until it turned out that he has parents, they're evil, and they're here. So it's really cool that they brought that back.
Yeah. It is a real neat throwback to it, and it really makes you feel bad for the poor kid.
Yeah, he really is going through a lot. Like, his parents are awful, and we also get a reveal in the end of his journey's not over either.
Yeah,
and I'm kind of excited to see more Tomorrow Man. I'm happy to see him again, but it's like
said no one ever.
No, fuck Tomorrow Man.
Well, we've saved the best for last.
Absolutely.
This book, Banana number one, is absurd and sublime at the same time.
Ooh-wee.
It's penciled by Kevin Maguire, who was the artist on the Justice League International era, the Bwahaha days, where like Max Lord and Blue Beetle and Booster Gold always having get-rich-quick schemes.
That's when I really fell in love with those guys.
Yeah, that was a fantastic run. Nobody does facial expressions like Kevin Maguire. Now, the cover is Mike Allred, who is another...
colored by his wife, Laura.
Yeah, they're a fantastic team. We're going to open the first page, and a man that we're introduced to as Banana Number 2,
I don't like any of this.
Oh, it's
captain of
so
the
good.
Banana
like
Guards. Fools! You don't even know what questions to ask.
Oh yeah. Bam. Look at that. Look at this glory.
A banana is climbing Mount Everest, fighting ninjas, shooting Uzis jumping out of the Hindenburg. The main character that we spend the most time with is Banana Number 2.
Right.
He is the radicalized henchman, sidekick, follower, minion
Yeah.
of
Banana Number 1.
Banana Number 1. Tell me about Banana Number 1, Matt.
Well, Banana Number 1, well, he's a banana.
Oh, you don't say.
Yes, he's a man, a banana-like man, and this character we've seen in a lot of different ways. The unstoppable, unbeatable superhero that everyone looks up to, just like we saw in that page. This tells a little bit of his background here.
Here he's this cute little baby banana.
He's green.
Yeah, he's
even.
still green.
See?
He hasn't ripened yet.
Am I missing
But look at
something?
the expression on. Look at those. Those are the eyes that have stared into the abyss and had the abyss stare back
That's
at
right.
him.
That's right. And he spit in the abyss's face. This guy is who we all want to be.
Am I missing something? Is this an actual character in comic history?
No,
It is now, though.
It is now. But they established this entire just gonzo history of both Banana Number 1 and Number 2. And
This seems so stupid, and it really, really is, but it's so good.
this is the sort of book that's more experienced than read.
Yes.
It just, I mean, look
this,
at that
I
face.
love this bit right here. Just floored me. I loved it.
Yes. You're mad, Simon. Surely, Simon, you're a traitor to your species. It's a
Kabam.
banana in outer space with like a little fishbowl, like spaceman spacesuit. Yo, this I would get a tattoo of this.
It's so good. And Banana Number 2 it did the old trope of telling the whole story, and they all listened to it, and it was just so he could have enough time to be saved by Banana Number 1. And it's just classic, and you saw it coming from the very beginning,
Yeah.
from the very first panel. You knew what's going to happen.
It's like Lois Lane filibustering Lex Luthor.
Yeah. 2 thumbs way up. I cannot wait for more of this. This is incredible, and this is real. It's so funny.
Now I know that we typically don't go past the staple,
Right.
but there's a backup in this that we don't need to show a lot of.
There he is again.
But once again, it's written by Mark Waid.
Yep.
Who has
Third time's the charm.
Yeah. When I Was 5 is illustrated by David Lapham from Stray Bullets. And you start reading this little backup, and you think it's one story. By the time you get to the last page, you realize it's a different story. And all the pieces were there the whole time.
Yeah.
But you realize how you have to filter and interpret what the narrator was telling us.
Mm-hmm.
I loved the backup. I loved the backup more than I loved the feature, and the feature was my favorite thing I read this week.
Yeah. This book is getting a fair amount of heat behind it, but not nearly enough. This book, we are going to do what we can to push this book as far as we can, because this is hot. This is good stuff. The throwback days are back, where this feels like it's taken out of 1994. The weird, absurd, over-the-top books are back, but this is done so much better than they were back then. Now, it's a coincidence that it's got Mike Allred here on the cover. It feels like a Madman book. It feels like a lot of those different kinds of books come back to us, and I love it.
And he's a rock guy, so he did a whole bunch of David Bowie inspired covers for Banana Number 1. There's a great Aladdin Sane style one. I will follow anything that Maguire does. I will follow anything that Allred does. I have read so many comics, and when they can present me with something I haven't seen before, I think that deserves a special shout out.
Yeah.
And this book is not something I'd read before, and I loved it.
Yeah, I picked it up genuinely just going, oh my God. And by the second page, I was all over it. 2 thumbs way up again. Please check this one out. You are going to love it. You got anything else, Jeremy?
Those are the highlights. I mean, obviously, there's plenty of other stuff that
Yeah.
did come out this week.
Strong week.
But we talked for a good hour, and didn't even mention like a third of the comics this
Right,
week. So,
right.
like any Wednesday, there's a lot of fun stuff at Odin's place.
Yep. So come on in, check it all out. We are waiting for you. We're here for you guys.
It's
Got
a
any questions
Thursday.
about any of this stuff, please call us. Spread the word. We've got all the good. It's a lot of fun. Thank you very much for tuning in, and thanks for coming in.
Yeah, and until then, until next week, I've been
Absolutely.
Jeremy.
And I've been Matt.
I've been Adriana.